everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I'm a little bit excited, I'm a little bit scared, all at the same time. We're going to be reviewing the new Morphe foundation. Two things that I quickly want to get out of the way before I get into the review is that you guys are going to notice that my nails are in really bad shape. I tried to film a video like 2 days ago with my nails, so you guys will see what happens. I think in a few days. I am gonna go to my nail lady right after this video, so I am going to be getting these fixed. And the second thing is I almost dropped the foundation. Anyway, the second thing is that I did try to self-tan last night, and I never know what to do around my like hand arm area, because if I bring it all the way to my fingers, the knuckles and everything else just kind of like looks horrible. And when I woke up this morning, when I tanned yesterday, I guess I applied the tanner like all the way up here, and it looked really weird, especially here in the creases. So I freaked out and I took an exfoliator and I basically buffed it all the way, so now it looks like this. So I'm about like 3 different colors. There's like little patches over here. So anyway, I'm just letting you guys know that that's what's happening so that you don't call me out on it. If you have any tips for tanning, for self-tanning, like around these areas, definitely let me know. I would love to try your suggestions. But anyway, now that that's out of the way, yeah, today's video we are going to be just doing a review on the new Morphe foundation. I did purchase this myself. It was $18. I got the foundation in the shade F2.40, and when I went to order, or when I went to check out, they asked me if or I guess you can get like a sample card basically of 12 shades. So I got a sample card right here. I believe, yeah, I got level 2 medium. So I will be swatching all of these shades for you guys. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the video. I'm just gonna apply the foundation. Honestly, that's all I ordered. I just got the one foundation. I have tried Morphe's old concealers that they released like 2 years ago, and I did not like that formula at all. I was not a big fan. It was kind of like a very thin consistency. I also remember them drying up really fast, and they did stain my skin at that time. So because of that, I was just like, I'm gonna stay away from the concealers because I haven't heard good things, and I myself had a bad experience with when they first launched their concealers 2 years ago. So I don't know if it was supposed to be the same ingredients, like the same formula, but I was not gonna take that chance. So I only do have the foundation, and I will be applying it the way that I normally apply every foundation. So I'm gonna be using the same primer, I will be using the same setting powder, same bronzer, all of that, because I do want to give the foundation a fair chance. So the foundation itself retails for $18, and it is supposed to be a full coverage matte foundation, and I believe they claim that this, yeah, it's a 24-hour long wear foundation, which I don't know who the heck would be wearing foundation for 24 hours, but it does claim to be 24-hour wear, and it does say that it contains 30 millimeters, 1 fluid ounce of product in here. Now let me see what the CoverGirl one has. So CoverGirl is also 1 fluid ounce, but this one again is $9, and this one is $18. So because the packaging is not clear, I'm not a big fan of like I'm actually not a big fan of the entire packaging at all, but I'm really not a fan of it because of this window here that's painted on. If this was clear, I think that would have made this packaging a little bit better, because at least you could see like the color that you're getting, you know, through the window. But yeah, it's painted on. So anyway, that is the packaging. So for moisturizer, I'm gonna go ahead and use my e.l.f. Hydration Face Cream. This one has hyaluronic acid and peptide complex, so it's supposed to be really good to moisturize. For my primer, I'm going to use the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. This is one of my favorite primers. I use this pretty much every single day. All right, so I'm going to take the Too Faced Hangover RX primer and let's prime the skin. All right, so now that I'm all moisturized and primed, I'm going to go ahead and start applying the foundation. So again, mine is in the shade F2.40. To apply it, I'm going to be using this sponge from the Juno CO company, and it is dirty, so don't judge me. Okay, so that looks like it could match. It might be a little bit on the lighter side, I think. Yeah. So it does look to be a little bit on the lighter side, but let's just, I guess, keep applying it. Yeah, this is definitely a lot lighter than this tanner. So I'm gonna run it down my, oh my gosh, whoa, it is way too light. All right, so maybe I will not bring it down my neck. So I'm gonna just kind of finish blending it in on this side. So it's really full coverage, that's for sure. I literally, like, it covered pretty much everything in one layer. So, and so far it doesn't, it has a little bit of like a chemically smell to it. It almost smells like paint. But it is going on super full coverage. It is covering everything. This is definitely not my shade, and it is really, it says that this is supposed to be neutral, but to me it looks really warm. Like, this doesn't look neutral to me at all. But yeah, this is definitely more on the warm side from what I can tell. I don't know what you guys can see, but I feel like it's also giving a little bit of like a weird green cast. I don't know, I could be going crazy, but yeah, this is definitely not matching this tan. So I'm gonna, I don't even think I have enough product in here in these little samples to do my face, but let's see, maybe. So I'm gonna take this one. This one is F270. F70 also looks just as light. So this is F70, but it looks like the same color as this other one. So let me try F2.1110. All right, this is F2.1110. Okay, this one's a little bit darker. No, it kind of looks like the same. I guess it's a little bit darker. I don't know. I'm doing the other side of my face with shade F2.110, and it's looking like the exact same color as the other one. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so I'm just gonna keep blending this in. All right, you guys, so this is the foundation all blended out. As you can see, it is definitely not matching the rest of my body. So I'm opening up F2.120, and I just want to swatch it on my neck to see. No, so I thought it was gonna be maybe matching a little bit more of my neck, but no, it just looks super light. They all look the same color. That's so weird. That is the darkest shade out of everything that I got, I'm pretty sure. So really quickly, here are the swatches. I really think that Morphe could have done a better job at picking the 60 shades. I feel like these look really, really close to each other, but anyway, here are the swatches and what they look like. All right, so I'm just gonna leave it like this, and then hopefully I can warm up my face a little bit with the bronzer and everything, and it doesn't look as mismatched. But yeah, this is crazy because I did one side of my face with the 2.40 and then the other side of my face with the F2.110, and they look exactly the same. And when I swatched F2.80 on my neck, it also looked exactly the same as what I have on my face right now. So I don't know, the shades are really close together. I don't know if you guys can tell a difference from, you know, from how you're watching, like on your screens, but for me in the monitor, I look all one color, even though I use two different shades. So I don't know if you guys can tell a difference. Let me know in the comments below, but I cannot tell any difference. I gotta get an earring. I can't, like, I have to have all my earrings in, so I'll be right back. So even though the shade does not match me at all. I mean, it's definitely super, super light. I do like the coverage so far. The coverage is extremely full coverage. I do not feel like I need to come in with a second layer like at all. Like it covered everything. It covered my freckles. It covered, I had a pimple like right here and it was like a scab. It covered that pretty well. I mean, I can obviously still see like the bump, but it covered the actual scab really well. That sounds so gross and so tasty, the scab. But yeah, I mean, I think as far as the coverage, I like it. It's full coverage. It doesn't feel super dry. It actually feels fine. It just feels like I have foundation on. So yeah, let me go ahead and move on to concealer. So for concealer, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever HD. It's supposed to be a self-setting concealer. I have been using it for the last couple of days and I fell in love with it. It is so good, so creamy, and I don't know, I just really like it. So I'm going to just apply, this is in the shade 30. So I'm going to apply this one. Yeah, this is not like a new concealer for me and it has worked really well with all of my other foundations. So I'm going to go ahead and take this little sponge from Sigma and I'm going to just bake under my eyes. And this is how I would normally do all of my foundation. So I just ate a whole bunch of powder, but normally I would take this sponge and I'm going to just set the under eye with this little sponge. Only bake this for like just a few minutes, but what I'm going to do now, and this is how I would normally set my foundation, is that I take just a regular brush and I dip back into the same setting powder that I'm using, top off the excess, and then I just kind of buff the setting powder into my skin like all over, but just enough to set everything and not to like make it, you know, not to highlight it, not to bake it, just to kind of set everything in place. Oh, normally I set my chin also because my chin normally is a little bit oilier. Oilier. That sounds weird. Anyway, my chin is a little bit more oily than any other part of my face. So I normally take the sponge and I do apply a little bit extra to that area. Okay, so now that this has sat for about 3 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and take the same brush and I'm just going to take off all of the excess powder. And that is pretty much how I set my foundation. All right, so everything is nice and set. As you guys can see, this is looking really yellow, but the coverage is there. It's definitely full coverage, definitely feels matte. Doesn't feel horrible on my skin. It just feels like I have foundation on. Like it just feels normal, like I have foundation on. So what I'm going to try to do is grab my Benefit Hoola bronzer and I'm just going to try to warm up the skin a little bit more. Alright, so I feel like this bronzer is definitely making everything look a lot better. Okay, so there we go. We have everything. There's a little spot right here that's kind of like patchy and I don't know where that's coming from. Yeah, I have a little bit of like a weird patch going on right here. I don't know if that is like a dry patch. I don't know if I forgot to put foundation there. I don't know what happened, but I'm just gonna leave it because if I layer foundation on top of it and then powder, it's gonna look even worse. So I'm just gonna leave it the way it is, and I'm just gonna go ahead and contour my nose really quickly. So for highlighter, I'm gonna be using the Nikki Tutorials Over Cosmetics Everglow. This highlighter is so pretty and so intense. I love it so much. So for blush, I'm going to use this one from Morphe. This is in the Pop of Rose colors. I'm going to go off camera and just finish my eyeshadow and I will be right back. Alright you guys, I am back. I just went off camera to finish my eyeshadow and also to apply a little bit of a lip liner and lipstick, but this is the complete look. I'm actually gonna go out and get my nails done. I'm gonna run some errands with Lexi, get something to eat, and I will check back in with you guys later. I'll do like a middle of the day check-in, and then I will come back before bed and kind of give you an update. For right now, that it's been on for about an hour and a half. I like the way that it looks. It's definitely full coverage, but it looks really nice so far. I do have larger pores to begin with, so any foundation or any powder that I wear normally does make them stand out a little bit more, but I feel like this foundation looks like what any other foundation, you know, would look like on me. So far I like it. I don't feel like it's making my pores look extra big. Like I said, I do have pores that are on the larger side, so this for me is pretty normal. It's not making them any bigger, so I'm happy with that. And I am having a little bit of cracking right here on this smile line. It's not horrible, but it does look like it's separating a little bit right here. It's only been on for about an hour and a half, so I'm surprised that it's already doing that. But everything else seems okay. Like, again, I don't feel like it's making my skin look any worse, and I don't feel like it's bringing any extra texture in at all. So what I'm gonna do now really quickly before I go do all of my errands and all of that is that I'm gonna go ahead and set everything with a setting spray. So normally I would use the Morphe setting spray or the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, but because today we are doing a Morphe foundation review, I'm going to use the Morphe setting spray. So let's go ahead and put this everywhere before we go. I love the way this setting spray smells, by the way. It smells so good. Alright, so this is what we have. I set everything in place. Like I said, I do like the way that everything is looking like right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go get my nails done and run a whole bunch of errands. And I will check in with you guys later. It is 3:54 right now. I believe I put on the foundation at around 2. So it's been on for about 2 hours. So I don't know. We'll see what happens later on in the day. So I will check in with you guys later. So really quickly before I go, I am going to bring you guys in a little bit closer. So this is what the foundation looks like up close. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you what it looked like up close. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and run some errands and I will be back to check in with you guys later. I don't know if you can see the laugh line right here. It is doing a little bit of like a crack. Nothing horrible, but yeah, it's definitely cracking a little bit.
Later.
Hi guys, so I'm about to go and get my nails done, but I wanted to show you really quickly what the foundation looks like outside. Yeah, I'm on my iPhone, so this is what it's looking like right now, but I'll check back in with you guys later. Hi guys, so we just got our nails done. They are fixed and we are headed into the mall, so I wanted to do a quick check-in. So far the foundation is still looking pretty good. I don't know if you guys can see because we're in the car and in the parking lot, so so I don't know if you guys can see, but it's still holding up actually really well, I think. Lexi, what do you think?
It's good.
Does it look like it's giving me any more texture, more pores, so it looks how I usually look? Or
I mean, I feel like your pores are showing through it.
But my pores always show, but do they show more than usual? They are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Lexi's saying
no tea, no shade, but
so Lexi's saying that she can see my pores a lot more today. I feel like they look the same, but it's like dark in here, so I don't know. We're gonna go do some things at the mall and then I'll check back in with you guys when I get home.
Meanwhile,
all right you guys, quick check-in. We are at the mall. We are done with our nails and this is what the foundation looks like right now. I think it's still holding up pretty good. I'm filming on my iPhone, so I'm sorry I'm holding it this way, but I don't know, I think it's holding up really well, so I'll check back in with you guys later.
One eternity later.
All right, you guys, it is 10 o'clock at night. We just got home from the mall and running all of our errands. My nails are now looking a lot better. The self-tan is still problematic, but that's okay. Anyway, this is what everything is looking like 8 hours later. Lexi did tell me when we were at the mall that my pores were looking really big. So yeah, that was not good, especially because she never notices my pores. She had no idea that I was doing a foundation review or anything like that, and she's right, they're definitely coming through. The foundation has definitely settled in the laugh lines like a ton, and a lot of the oil in my skin is also starting to come through the foundation, so my skin is starting to feel pretty tacky at the moment. Also, I did notice that the foundation oxidized when I first left, like hours earlier when I finished filming the first part of the video. I was looking more yellow, a little bit more pale, and when I came home and I looked at myself in the mirror, like I looked orange. So I definitely think that the foundation oxidizes, and yeah, I don't know, but let me go ahead and bring you guys in closer so that you can see what it's looking like. Alright, so I just zoomed you guys in, and I just wanted to show you what the foundation was looking like, you know, this close 8 hours later. As you guys can see, my pores are definitely coming through. You can also see, and I don't know if you guys can tell from what it looked like earlier to now, but I can definitely, especially like in person, it definitely looks like it oxidized. Like it definitely looks a lot darker and a lot more orange than what it did earlier in the day when I first put it on. But anyway, this is a close-up of what everything looks like. You can see that there's a lot of oil coming through around here. There's some oil coming through over here. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Also, I noticed that around my smile lines, it's definitely cracked, and it's not pretty. Like it's definitely just not smile line friendly at all. You can see my smile lines right here, like my little dimple. It's definitely cracking in the smile line area. But yeah, this is what it looks like up close 8 hours later. So I'm gonna zoom you back out and we can just kind of talk about my final thoughts. So I will be right back. So you guys just saw that close-up of what the skin is looking like. I really don't like to bring you guys in close, but I really wanted to show you what, you know, everything is looking like 8 hours later. So anyway, yeah, that is what the foundation is doing. Do I recommend the foundation? Honestly, I don't think it's something that I'm gonna be reaching for again. I do like the CoverGirl matte foundation a lot better, and that foundation is only $9, and I feel like it doesn't do like the settling into the smile lines, and I don't know, I usually don't have a problem with the CoverGirl one. So for me, if I was to go with a matte foundation, I would go with the CoverGirl. That's actually what I use when I want full coverage matte coverage. I always go for my CoverGirl foundation. And again, that one is $9. The Morphe one is $18. And again, I wasn't a big fan of the packaging. I don't like how it oxidizes. I didn't like the shade range that much. Even though 60 shades is amazing, I feel like there were so many shades that were really not needed. So I feel like they could have definitely like removed some shades from the shade range and added some different ones. Maybe taking the shade range a little bit deeper, a little bit darker, and they definitely need to work on the undertones. But yeah, I mean, it's not like, I don't know. I say like if you are a person that doesn't have a problem with texture, like if you don't have a lot of big pores, basically if you're like 9 years old, I think that the foundation will be perfect for you. But if you have pores and you have you know, smile lines and texture on your skin, you're gonna have a problem because it settles into every nook and cranny of your skin. So for that reason, it's not something that I recommend. But yeah, that is basically my review. I hope that you guys found it helpful. I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna take this off because it's feeling really tacky. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Also, don't forget to follow us all over social media. You can follow us on Instagram. It'll be right here. I do post a lot more beauty content on Instagram, things that you won't get to see here. Also, I am doing 2 giveaways this week on Instagram, so head over there to join the giveaways for your chance to win. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below what you thought about the foundation. Let me know if you guys plan on purchasing it or not, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye.